Hello everyone. In a recent video I showed you how you can add fonts to your system so that both Inkscape and GIMP could use those fonts. However, what I did not show you is something that I'm going to show you here in this video. Let's say you only wanted to use a specific font for Inkscape. What if you want to add a font to Inkscape? Because the more fonts you have loaded in your system, the longer it can take for a program to start up and to load. And the larger your font file or your font folder gets for your computer, the longer it takes for a program to open up and load the fonts. But let's say that you just want to add fonts not to your entire system, but just for Inkscape exclusively to use them. Well, you can do that. And I did not show how to do that in the previous, in the video that I did. I can't remember when it was, but it's been a few videos back. But I showed you how to load fonts into your computer so that every program can load them whenever it starts up. But this method that I'm going to show you works only for Inkscape. So let me just get into it. I'm going to demonstrate first of all what I want to demonstrate that I have a font installed in Inkscape right now, and this is one that's being pulled from my system fonts folder. So I'm going to put test text in, and I'm just going to put it in here, and then the font that we're going to experiment with or demonstrate with is this one here. It's called Oswald. So this is a font that's on my computer, and it's in my fonts directory on my computer. So if I drag this over, you can see I have it selected here, and it's in that fonts folder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete it from that folder. I'm just going to delete that font, and now it's gone. I no longer have that font on my system. Now it still shows up in Inkscape because Inkscape loaded it when I started it up. So let's see, did it? Yeah, so it still has it, and it's still in Inkscape's memory. But when I close Inkscape down and I don't save, I'm not going to save the file, but now I'm going to start it back up, and let's see if we can find that Oswald font. I just want to demonstrate that I have removed it from my fonts directory. So if I come down here and type out that same test text, okay, and you'll see I'm getting a warning here. It knows that it was already set to Oswald, so it tried to go find it, but notice what it's saying. It's got a red line through it. Now if I change this from Oswald to there and then I try to go back, see, Oswald is not in the list anymore. The only reason why it showed up before is because the text tool was already set to that, but as soon as I clicked away and then tried to go back, it's not in the list anymore. So that demonstrates that I've removed Oswald, that font, from my system. And if I was to open GIMP right now, GIMP wouldn't be able to find it either. Let me just demonstrate that. So if I create a new image, and I try to use the text tool here, and I try to find Oswald in this list, see, we have Orbitron. All the Orbitrons are in there, but there's no Oswald because it's been removed from the system. So I'm going to close GIMP down, and I'm going to close down Inkscape. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to install the font for Inkscape only, and then we'll open them back up and we'll demonstrate that Inkscape has it but GIMP doesn't. So basically, the way you install fonts for Inkscape only is the exact same way that you install them for your computer, only you put them in a different place. And that location is wherever your user's app information is. Mine's stored in the users directory under the username, app data, roaming, Inkscape. And then when you go into Inkscape, you'll see there's this fonts directory. And that fonts directory is empty because it loads all your system fonts, but then Inkscape apparently goes in and looks at the fonts directory, and where it finds a font, which I'm dragging a copy of the font that we just deleted from our system, I'm dragging it over into this Inkscape fonts folder. So now, if this works the way I understand it to, Inkscape should have an Oswald font, and it's a variable width font with variable font and variable weight. So it should have about 4 or 5 different fonts in it, all in one file. So if I close this down now and restart Inkscape, we should have the Oswald font again. However, it won't be in GIMP. And that means whenever I start GIMP up, GIMP is not going to take forever to load. Well, in this case, it wouldn't be any different because it's only one font. But if you took all of the ones you used only for Inkscape and put it in the Inkscape folder, then all your other programs wouldn't take so long to load. Only Inkscape would have to load those. So let's type out our text. So we've got it. I'm going to just move it over here onto the middle. And I'm going to come up here to actually change it to the text tool. Let's see if we can load let's see if we can load up Oswald. There it is, it's back. So we can load Oswald in Inkscape because it sees it, because we put it in the fonts folder for Inkscape. So let's close that down. So Inkscape finds it. Let's see if GIMP doesn't find it. That's what I'm anticipating, that GIMP won't be able to find it. So let's create a new, just like we did before, and then let's see if it appears. It shouldn't appear in the list for GIMP. And it doesn't. We still have Orbitron. It looks just like it did before. Now, obviously, if you wanted to use it in GIMP, you would load it into your system files. But as it stands right now, we have the Oswald font available for Inkscape, but not available for GIMP. So I just wanted to do this short video to demonstrate for you a way that you could do that, because I did not mention it in that video that I did earlier that showed you how to install fonts. But if you want to install them just for Inkscape and you don't want to install them system-wide, Inkscape lets you load them into that font directory under the Inkscape directory. So that's how you can add fonts to your system only for the Inkscape program. So I hope that helps, and thanks for watching.